Hi everyone, welcome to our video that we're making today, which is how to give an amazing Amigos presentation. So first we're going to talk about how to be excited and how to talk about your summer in a really productive way. And we're going to go over some tips on how to answer some kind of crazy audience questions that might come through. We're going to bring some people up and they're going to talk about their summers in a variety of different ways. And I want you guys to pay attention to their facial expressions, to their tone of voice, their level of enthusiasm. Is the person who's talking excited? Does it sound like it was something that they really enjoyed that you might want to be a part of too? Their body language. Do they have good posture? They look confident? Are they making eye contact with the audience? And just, making sure they're enthusiastic about the program. The one main question I want you guys to be thinking about is just if I had only heard from Amigos from this one person, is this a program that I would want to be a part of?
Hi everybody, my name is Gabby and I'm here to talk to you guys today about this awesome volunteer organization called Amigos de las Americas, otherwise known as Amigos if you've heard that around. So Amigos, what is it? If you haven't already heard of it, it's a non-profit, non-religious organization that trains and sends high school and college-age volunteers to typically rural parts of Latin America for 6 to 8 weeks over the summer. So Amigos started in 1965 and we've had a slew of successful projects and the program has evolved well since then. But the focus of each project kind of depends on the different project areas we have. So currently we're working in 9 different countries and we have 13 different programs going. And what we do is we work with local partner agencies to determine themes that we will use to incorporate both a teaching component and a service project. And we work with the community to make a sustainable project that can be done with volunteers while we're there in our short summers.
So I volunteered with Amigos in Guanajuato, Mexico, in a little town called Oyo de Alvarez. It was about 100 people. It's actually inside of a volcano. It's really cool. And I lived with a host family. I had a host mom and 2 host sisters, which was a lot of fun. And basically what we did on kind of a day-to-day basis was go to the school and have campamentos, which is kind of a day camp. So Amigos gives you some themes. They provide you with all these materials. You may talk about hygiene. You may talk about children's rights. One day you may be talking about the environment. What we did with the school and with the children in Guanajuato was paint a mural on the side of the school talking about how to keep the environment clean and why it's beneficial for the community. And I think that that's really the most valuable part about Amigos is the relationships you develop with your host family and with the people that you're working with every day, whether it's the children or people who are volunteering their time to help you complete these projects that they've picked out.
Alright, so my name is Matt Vance and I want to talk to you guys about who can be an Amigo. Really, just about anybody can be an Amigo, but we're looking for the people that are going to be really passionate about Spanish and really want to learn from their communities, want to teach their communities different things. So the requirements in order to do it, you have to complete your sophomore year of high school by the end of the summer of your Amigos trip. And you also have to be 16 years of age. And finally, you have to have 2 years of Spanish in high school. And if you have all those, you can be an Amigo. So it's not hard, but there's like an interview process in order to do it. But it's really not hard to be an Amigo.
So I had one girl partner and one boy partner, and my girl partner was great. We were like BFFs, and like we hung out all the time. We had so much fun. But my boy partner, oh my goodness, he was so annoying. He just I can't even explain it. He would just sit in his bed all day and wouldn't do anything. And then when we would do campamentos, he would try to talk over us like he knew everything. He didn't know anything. He was just so annoying.
Well, when I was in the Dominican Republic, I had my partner. He was really fun, but I don't know. I couldn't really do a lot of things. I couldn't get on my phone. That was really annoying. And we get to play soccer a lot. And I love soccer, but I don't know. It was all right. I mean, the food was it was kind of gross, but I dealt with it.
Alright, so I want to tell you guys about a really terrible experience I had when I was in country in Peru when I had some really good but really bad soup because I got serious food poisoning from it. And I was on the toilet and my entire host family walked in on me because they were wondering where I was. And at that point I slipped and fell in and it was a 6-foot deep hole. But luckily I only went to my legs It was so gross. Like, but other than that, it was a pretty good summer.
So in Amigos, what we do half our time is complimentos in the schools for these kids. So this is a picture from my complimento with these kids. This is Fernando and this is Tony. So he's 5 and he's about 6.5. And they were the cutest kids. They were my favorite kids in the whole complimento. Because whenever you tried to tell them to brush their teeth, they would always like hold the toothbrush really funny when they were like going back and forth and then like do it in funny circles and stuff, just to be silly. And then the rest of the kids, they were really cute too. They were so sweet, and we just had so much fun. So like we were in the school for like 2 or 3 hours, but it really felt really fast, and we just had such a good time playing with the kids all day. It was awesome. This is definitely my favorite part, especially these 2 boys. These 2 boys, like we just hung out with them after school and everything. Their families were so sweet. It was really great. The complimentals were awesome.
So as you can see, there's a lot of different ways to make a presentation. Some of them are a little bit better than others. Right now, we're going to talk about the end of your presentation, which is the question and answer section. So you might get some pretty crazy questions like,
So what was the worst thing you ate when you were down there? Was it like snakes, guinea pigs, dogs, cats, what?
what is the worst thing you ate? I'm sure you guys all ate something that was really disgusting or really weird or maybe surprisingly delicious over the summer. But with questions like this, you really want to focus on telling the story in a productive way that isn't going to scare someone away from Amigos. So you might say something like, yeah, there are some crazy things, but it was a really fun experience and I got to try a lot of new things.
How much does all of this cost?
So a great way to answer a question like this would be to stress 3 different things. 1 is our family fee, 2 is group fundraising, and 3 is that we have a small amount of financial aid scholarships available. And if people are interested in these, they should apply to them when they apply to our chapter.
So I heard being an amigo is really difficult. Is that true?
So you'll probably get a question like, is Amigos difficult? And you all know from your own experiences that there's a lot that you'll go through over your summer and a lot of challenges that you will overcome. So what we really want to focus is how you overcame those challenges and how much you grew as a person in the meantime. And we'll cover the rest during training.
So what's the worst thing that happened to you while you were on Amigos?
What was your worst experience? Again, I know you guys have been through so much over the last summer, and there's good ways and bad ways of talking about it, and what we want to focus on for recruiting is talking about the good things and talking about what you gained from your experience. So we'll cover all the really crazy stuff in training and talk about how to cope with things, but for a recruiting talk, if you want to talk about the craziest thing that happened to you, make sure you tell it in a good way. So, man, I had a really tough day in Campamentos and I felt really homesick, but then I got to go spend time with my host family and I felt so much better. So we've covered a lot of stuff, but I really just want to end on a note talking about presentation skills in general. The best thing you can do is just be yourself. If you've seen any of these people presenting tonight and saw them stutter or stumble or do something crazy, I know I did plenty of those things. Just remember that everybody does it and just keep floating past it. It's going to be great. Stay positive, keep your energy up, and you're going to do a great job.